Good morning, traders, and welcome to the daily call today, Tuesday, the 10th of March. Before we get started, as always, please understand that any advice in today's session is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Okay, there was no actual data released yesterday, but it was a day where the markets were extremely volatile. A couple of things that we've seen. S&P 500 hit the level 1 circuit breaker as the market fell by 7%. That initiated a 15-minute trading halt on stocks. We saw oil crash down by about 30% as OPEC fighting within itself. The extra production from the Arab nations threatening to keep producing oil, in essence trying to drive the price of a barrel down to the point where it's not profitable for the US. That's centered around that. Then we've also got the coronavirus issue globally. It's affected our Aussie dollar with the oil crashes. The commodity currencies suffered quite a lot. A lot of money moved towards safe haven currencies. Traditionally, those are the Japanese yen and the Swiss franc. So a lot of money left the, say, Aussie dollar, moving into other currencies. We saw massive spikes yesterday throughout the currency market. So much so that today I don't, for the first time in over 2.5 years, I don't actually have a chart that I want to show. There's just no point. There's just too much volatility, and my technical analysis goes out the window when there is so much fear and volatility in the market. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I saw yesterday. This was the Aussie US dollar yesterday. These are daily charts, by the way, and you can see we had a 380 pip swing on the Aussie US dollar, and most of that took place within a 5 to 15 minute period when the volatility really excelled. If you look at this one, this is the Euro Aussie. This is 1,100 pip movement, and it happened in the space of about 15 minutes. So it's, even if you had a one mini lot trade on something like that, that has moved 1,100 euros. That's about $1,600 Australian. That market movement. So imagine if there's a one lot trade, that magnifies significantly. Okay, so the volatility is extreme at the moment. We also saw this one looks very similar. This is the Euro New Zealand. This is 1,300 pips swing for the day. I know that there's a lot of people yesterday were stopped out on their accounts. Admiral Markets did send out a message through the platform. So when you log into your MT4 or MT5 platform, you will see that there's an email there, message which pops up. Market conditions are extremely volatile at the moment. Some instruments are going into temporary halt of trading or into close only mode because the underlying market has been shut down. It's got nothing to do with the broker. It's basically like yesterday, as I said, the S&P shut down for 15 minutes. During that period, it's untradeable. Okay, so if you've never experienced this, take this as a learning curve to your journey into trading. I've been in these markets now since 2004. I've gone through the GFC of 2008, where I remember ASIC back then put a ban on short selling of stock CFDs. That ban lasted for about 6-7 months. For those of you who were trading back then, you'll remember that. That was to prevent the market from going into meltdown, which it was. About 5 years ago, or probably 4 years ago now, I can't remember roughly there, when we had the Swiss franc Black Swan event where the Swiss franc dropped like something like 20,000 pips in the matter of like minutes, when the national bank, the Swiss bank, the Bank of Switzerland, so should I say, stopped holding a specific level that they were renowned to hold and just let go, and basically the market just crashed. That sent a couple of brokering firms out of business. It was such a massive movement. What we saw yesterday is nowhere near those extremes. Okay, there's other currencies like the Aussie New Zealand, which only had movements of around about 180 pips for the day, which is more towards the norm. The big movements in the euro and the Japanese yen currencies is just people moving cash from one type of currency into another currency. So the Aussie dollar got hit quite hard yesterday, was very, very volatile. And is also related to the commodities and the oil situation. And on top of that, Australia is really suffering from the China situation. We are very, very, very dependent on China. That has come to the foreplay as quite obvious now, and perhaps in any future. It wouldn't hurt for Australia to diversify its business relations with other nations as well. So since China's getting hit hard with this coronavirus, basically it's affecting Australia as well. And you've seen it all over the news everywhere. But I'm just talking to you from the point of view of the markets. That's what is causing our currency to move so much at the moment. Okay, so that's just a little rundown, a little bit different today. I'm going to be posting up a video. There's a lot of people that feel that if you're when the markets are this volatile, hedging yourself doesn't always work because the spread widens. Okay, because the liquidity in the market is thin, volatile, the spread widens. I will dig through my archives. I have a really good video where I explain this, and I'll see if I can post it up today for those of you who want to watch it, so that you understand that hedging doesn't protect you in volatile markets. Okay, so if you really want to close the position out, you just need to close it out. All right, so I'll leave it at that. That's no chart today. The first time in 2.5 years that there is no chart. So let me move forward. What's on the agenda for today? Well, we've only got one bit of scheduled news. It happens at midday from New Zealand, and it's RBNZ Governor Orr due to speak. Whatever he says is not going to compare to any of the volatility which is around in today's markets. The ASX opens up in about 25 minutes, so look out for that. It's expected to open lower again, and there's a lot of downward selling pressure on the ASX this morning as well. So let's see what happens. Guys, as always, please feel free to contact us if you do have any questions. Follow me on Twitter at ChatFX for trade setups and breaking news. Most importantly, hope you all have a fantastic trading day or a day of observation. Take care. The markets are quite volatile, and I'll speak to you tomorrow for the daily call. Bye for now.